Good morning, Robbie Wilson. I just want to do a little follow-up on what Bill Kaufman had done yesterday. He's one of my senior options counselors, and at the end of the day, I want to talk about the VIX, the volatility index. He went through and he did what was called a straddle, where he bought an option on a put and a call, and as long as it didn't stay in the range, it would be profitable, depending on the movement. And he explained that. I want to explain the VIX. The VIX is fear and greed. And down where we are currently at a 3.5-year low, if you look back at another one of my videos, typically from here, you're going to see fear come back in after complacency, because everything's been rosy, right? AI, there's basically 6 or 7 companies that pulled this whole thing up. At the end of the day, when you have complacency, within 6 to 8, maybe 9 months, you're going to have fear again. And that's when the market drops. And what that's based on is the big guys, they call it insurance. They'll be buying the S&P 500 put options in case it goes down. As the S&P goes down, the VIX goes up. It has an inverse relationship. I thought I would explain that. He did a wonderful job. Also, in the coming days, I'll be introducing Mr. Dillon, which is another one of my senior options counselors. And now we'll go to the charts. Robbie Wilson, I just wanted to do a follow-up, as I mentioned, with what Mr. Kaufman, senior options counselor, had done. This is my setup on the VIX, and of course, as you know, I go back a long way to 1987 in the business until November of 11. But I want to show you something about the VIX. This is what Bill was talking about. This level down here is usually a buy, meaning fear is going to come back into the market. But I want to go to this particular right here, 2281. That was ported in. That's a very old number, since around when the VIX had been created, which is many decades ago. Then I want to move over here and go up to the financial crisis. This. So I have this ported in, and you can see it big, or banks in big trouble. The global financial system is over at 100 VIX. At 100 VIX, that's how close we were. And actually, we went off the edge a little bit. At 100, the system's over. That's how close we came. But then you can see, as we started pumping in money, we come back down. So I'm going to go all the way over here. And this is what we're looking to identify. So typically when the VIX gets to this, breaks out of this 2281, which is a long-term price level of mine. And these price levels are my proprietary work that I've taught my team. So I haven't mentioned that before, and I want to bring that into the picture. When we break this, you can see we always have big moves. Always. And he mentioned just a few of them. I mean, there's actually going back to before that, and this is the month of August 07. And again, this is a monthly chart. Each one of these candles represents the open, high, low, close of that particular month. And as we got going into here, what this did, so in other words, the VIX, and I'm going to use this price level, if we break the 22, we get to 35. That's about a 35 to 40% drop in the S&P 500. In other words, if you're long in an index, let's say you have a 401k or something like that, you're going to lose 40%, and that's not good. And you can see how many times we've been here. We've been here in 2010, 11. We do get these spikes. As Trump first came in, we go over to here. As we started raising rates in 2018, and then of course we have COVID, right? So we've come down into these green levels, our proprietary work. These are buy levels. So buying the VIX is like shorting the S&P. As I mentioned, the big guys use this as insurance. When insurance gets cheap, which you can see it's in this lower band, insurance is extremely cheap. They're already starting to buy it. Yesterday, which was July 14th. And we'll go into that options, unusual action in the options market to see what the big guys are doing. I think for now that's it. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Robbie Wilson. Visit remotetradingroom.com. I'd also like you to take a look at some of these testimonials. They're very good. They're absolutely 100% accurate, and these people can be contacted if you're serious about doing this. Thank you, and again, have a great weekend. It's summertime.